Oh my God, it's me. How I'm looking? Am I looking? Is she giving something? I hope she is, because listen, today.
Grind and stop being lazy. Bag chasers, now we the bag maker.
What is up, Nisi gang? Welcome back. Clearly, we got a lot of new people. So I just wanted to come on here and make this video. All right, listen. So many people, now that I've had this influx of growth, have been asking, like, how did you do it? What is that? How'd you get started? How'd you blah, blah, blah? And I'm like, first of all, the craziest thing is the stuff that I'm about to tell y'all in this video is stuff that I put in my ebook. Yes, my content creator crash course 101 ebook on how to get started and everything you need to know. But it is also stuff that I've been telling people for years. And when I say that the way things go, the process and the time that it takes, it's all about consistency, repetition, and engagement. But y'all asked the question, so I figured why not give y'all a little bit of the tea. And again, I'm gonna be giving this, first of all, we're gonna do it like this. I'm gonna give it to y'all straight out my book, so you can know. Ain't no faking and ain't no none of that in this thing. Bow, 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 bow. But first and foremost, I want to say thank you to everyone who has been supporting me. Y'all, 7,000 subscribers is not something that I truly expected in such a quick time frame, right? So back in September, I made a goal because I got tired of New Year's resolutions. I got tired of making resolutions and not sticking through with my resolutions, okay? I said, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna take the next 3 months, and this time it was in September. And I said, for the next 3 months, what can I do? I started on my Instagram page. I said, what can I do to my Instagram page to make it go? I was struggling to get to 10,000, which was my goal. I worked my butt off for the next 3 months on Instagram and ended up getting to 19K, right? And I was so excited, which it's changed a little bit because I did go in a couple of times and do some clean outs, get some spam people off of there. But last time I checked, it was like 19K, somewhere in there. Anyway, that don't matter. I put forth the effort to really just say, you know what, I'm going to give it my all because I want to be a full-time content creator. If you know me, you know this. I grew my channel. So I'm in my page. So my thing was, okay, what can I do to my YouTube channel? Can I use the same tactics to grow my YouTube? Clearly the answer was yes, because there are currently 7,000 of you following me, and this is absolutely insane, but I am so grateful, like, y'all understand. I just wanted to talk a little bit about my journey, how I got started, and what, you know, everything that I am going to say to you, again, is going to be in my book, which is going to be linked below, but it's also going to be valuable information, because I feel like a lot of people do these how to start a channel or how to grow, and I grew this many subscribers in this many days. Like, I grew to 7,000 subscribers from 682 in the span of like a month, and that's a big thing. I will say that if I didn't do the groundwork beforehand, I don't think I could have sustained the following that I've gained. Even now, y'all, I just hit 11,000 on TikTok, but I hit 1 million likes on TikTok. So I'm just so grateful. And I'm not gonna cry. Y'all know I'm emotional. I will start crying, but I'm not gonna cry right now. I'll probably cry when this video is over. Anyway, I started my channel about 7 years ago. Started as a teen mother. I was 19, so technically still a teen mom, but I started when I found out I was pregnant in college. I was a dance and theater major, and I was so scared about the journey. I didn't necessarily know what to do or where to go with it, but I said, you know what? I am going to document this and share it. Now, mind you, I've been wanting to make a channel since high school, but I was so nervous and self-conscious, and I had all this doubt in my mind. But once I had my daughter, or found out I was pregnant, I said, you know what, let's just go for it. Whatever happens, happens from here. Took a leap of faith when I got pregnant, and from there, I was consistent the first year or so. Then I fell off a little bit, kind of got back on it when I had my second daughter, fell off a little bit more, but this time I've been very consistent, and the consistency has shown up not only in my content, but in my engagement, in my numbers, and all of that. So we're gonna go ahead and just talk about some of the tips that I would give to anybody who wanted to know where this came from, what the journey is like, and where to go. So, of course, the very first chapter of my book talks about the basics of starting, which is finding your name, finding your niche, and finding your audience. Everyone always says, oh, the first thing you have to do is find a niche. No, the very first thing you have to do is create the pages, okay? Then from there, you find a content name. Your name needs to be a representation of pretty much who you are or your vibe or whatever name you want to be known by. So for me, my name on my channel is Moniece Dijon. For those of you that follow me, obviously, it's Moniece Dijon across all my platforms. So if you look up Moniece Dijon on pretty much any platform, you're going to find my stuff because I want to make it cohesive and keep it the same. And so for my content, I literally just shortened a portion of my middle name. But for me, I liked it because it was something different. It's another way for me to showcase my full name because I feel like my full name is very authentic. And it is also something that is easily recognizable because it is so different. So again, finding your name, getting your niche. Broke down a lot of niches in the book, but of course, you have gaming, lifestyle, you have beauty, you have fashion, you have marketing, education. All of those are different types of niches that you can do for your page. However, a lot of people have been getting into this I am my niche lane. And while that is one of the biggest niches, it's technically falls under lifestyle, because one thing that I've always said is your lifestyle content should be based on the life that you live and not the life that you're trying to portray or the life that someone else lives that you want to replicate. So what I love about lifestyle is the fact that my lifestyle is I'm a wife, a mother of two, I'm a dancer, actress, I do modeling, video design, all of that stuff, right? But someone else's lifestyle could be I am a single older woman who loves tea. So your lifestyle is different for everything. And I think the thing is, a lot of people realize that when you say you are your niche, it is essentially you're in the lifestyle niche because you're creating your life for someone else to view. And then you can mix and match those. For example, I have lifestyle vlogging and fashion, right? Or you can do lifestyle and family. There are different things that you can do to create. And you can branch out on your content, but the reason that I say find a base is because you want to make sure that you have an idea of what you're doing when you start so that you won't get burnt out so early. So many people either start with no idea or they start just by following trends, but then when the trends die and they don't have a plan, they get a little bit lost because they're like, well, I don't know what type of content to create. So make sure that you break down the identity of your channel. And the same thing goes along with your target audience, which I broke down as well. Your target audience is essentially the group of people that you are creating content for. So whether that's 18 to 20-year-olds or people do 25 to 40-year-old female internationally, right? And so you can find that one or two ways. You can look into your insights and see the amount of males and females and their ages and the locations that follow you, make a plan, and then go from there to discover exactly what type of content you're going to make for those people. When I wrote this book, because I know a lot of people ask me, why did I create a content ebook? They're like, there's so many books out there already that are telling you how to be a content creator and all of that. My book is not necessarily telling you how to be a content creator. It's actually telling you what to do to help you better your content. So there are chapters on like tips, how to film, different shots to film, what to film, especially when you're out in public, how to film in public, taking your own pictures and things like that. And the reason that I put that in there is because as a content creator, one of the main things that is going to help you to grow is making sure that you have good quality content. Now, understand quality and aesthetic are two different things, right? So I have what I would consider high quality content. That means the content is clear, my camera is clean, there's good editing in the quality of the content, there's sound effects, the color grading is right. Those things make your content high quality and closer to a professional level, right? Aesthetic is a style of content. So that if you see a lot of people who do like the low exposure shots and things like that. It's a type of aesthetic of content that is actually not considered a quality of content. So you have to make sure that you understand the difference between the two, because some people will try to make their content more aesthetically pleasing, but if you don't have the basic quality and the basic shots to make it look good, then it's just gonna look really grainy, it'll look bad, and it will come off different to your audience. To add on to that, quality of content, yes, is heavily based on filming and it's based on the shots that you make, but it's also based on you and how you present yourself, right? So if you are in front of your camera, you don't have to come on the camera with a full face beat, hair laid and slayed to the gods, and the, baddest outfit on. But you do want to make sure you look presentable. I mean, if you're doing a get ready with me, that's a little bit different, because 9 times out of 10, you're either just waking up and, you have a little crust in the corner of your eye. But when you're creating your content, I think a lot of people don't realize that content creation is a business. And when you treat it more like a business than a hobby, you'll want to look more presentable. So making sure that you come on looking presentable and that your content looks presentable. And the biggest thing that I always tell people, clean that camera off. Before you start recording, before you hit that big red button, baby, clean that camera off. Have you some little cotton pads, you can buy them off Amazon. Clean that camera off. First of all, you don't even got to go to the baths. You can go get some Kleenex. The little soft quilted ones from the store. Yeah, those are great to use on your camera. Clean your lens off, because you can be shooting some of the best quality content of your life, but if that lens is dirty, then it's going to make your footage look foggy and very grainy, and it is going to lower the quality of your content. And so moving on from there, the 2 biggest things that I will say for sure helped me grow is cross promotion and consistency. So one thing I will always preach is cross promotion. Cross promotion can take you so high when it comes to content. If you are filming, try your best to not film in a app. What I mean by that is, do not film inside of TikTok. Do not film inside of Instagram. Do not film inside of an app. Use your phone's back camera to film your content and post that content to all of your platforms, because of a few reasons. For one, other platforms don't like seeing watermarks from other apps, because that means you're promoting another app, right? So that's number 1. But 2, I shared it in my book. I created a video and I posted that video across 3 different platforms: my Facebook, my Instagram, and my TikTok. On my TikTok, the video was over 170K views, right? But on Instagram, that video hit 1 million. And on Facebook, that video hit 2.6 million. Right? So that's the thing. When you are creating content, it is so important for you to cross promote across all platforms. And I know you may be thinking, well, my audience is going to see the same video on every platform, but you also have to understand that every platform is different. So your audience is going to be different for every page that you have. And it's going to help you to spread the word. Like if you have more people that are on Instagram than on Facebook and TikTok, okay, now you're showing them that same content, right? And there are different ways of going about this. If you film a full YouTube video and you break that down, what I talked about in my book was popcorning your content. If you film a full spend the day with me, if you did a morning routine, a nighttime routine, a get ready with me, outfit of the day, that is 4 different shorts that you can cut down to cross promote across your other platforms and link back the long form video. So it is all about how you plan it out. But cross promotion is probably going to be the biggest way for you to grow your audience faster. And the best part about doing that is sounds trend differently on every platform. So if you post it on different places with different trending sounds, then you're trending on 3 different locations. And then from there, talking about consistency, I know and I understand that y'all are tired of hearing consistency. I get it. Y'all don't want to hear nobody else say it, but I'm telling you right now, you cannot properly track your growth and you cannot properly grow if you are not showing up for yourself at a consistent rate, right? Most brands when you have something that goes viral, what they will do is they'll see the viral post. But a lot of the times, they also see you showing up consistently. As you continue to show up consistently, people want to follow you, but they want to follow you when they see there is other stuff for them to look at. I've had a few people comment where they said, I found you from a viral video, but it was the content that you continuously posted that actually made me want to follow you. Consistency is one of the biggest parts of content, and it is also going to affect your engagement rate. A lot of the engagement rate is actually looking at the last 100 pieces of content over a 12-month time period, but they block out the month that you're in. So the prior 30 days is not counted. If you hadn't been posting consistently throughout the year and you had only just recently started posting, your engagement rate is going to appear way lower than it would had you been consistent the entire time. And another thing with that is making sure that you are using these platforms. Communicating with your audience is going to help your engagement rate. Most platforms do not count your comments based on who you responded to. They count out every single comment that is on there. So if someone commented on your video twice, right? And you responded back to both of those comments separately, that's 4 comments that the platform counts. So in their head, oh, you're using the platform and people are liking you because there's a lot of comments. Now the likes are going up. You're thanking people and people are connecting. You're building engagement in the platform, and that is what helps to push your content further. So one thing I recommend is either doing a 5-5-10 or a 10-5-10 method, which is something that I broke down in the book a little bit. So if you do a 5-5-10, engage for 5 minutes on the platform. Make your post. Within the 5 minutes that you made that post, if there are people who are commenting, respond to those comments. Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. And then the 10 minutes after that, continue your engagement, whether that's responding to people who responded to you or interacting with other people's pages. These platforms want to know that they are being used. So you want to make sure that you are doing that. Another thing I wanted to mention about content and growing as a content creator. This is really trial and error, right? You can take all the tips in the world, but it's really about you putting it into action. So, like I said, I wrote down filming tips, how to film, different shots, ways that you can film them, all of those things. But I can tell you all the time, right? But if you don't put it into action, you're not going to see anything from it. But I wanted to stress that the reason so many people stress consistency is because some days are not going to be good days, right? You have some days where you worked on a video for hours and that video get posted and it'll probably get like 20 views. And in your heart and in your brain, you're upset and you're hurting because you're like, nobody paying attention to my work, right? But what you have to understand is on social media, it is a ever-growing and ever-changing platform. Sounds will die down and then come back. They'll start trending, and start trending again. On YouTube and Pinterest, places like that, they're used as search engines. So even if you posted a video 5 years ago about how to draw a bunny, right? Around Easter time, bunnies are popular. People want to do DIY work. Okay, they look up how to draw a bunny and boom, there you are. So I want to stress that even though it is important to grow and the numbers matter, but they don't. Really, the engagement and the consistency actually matters more than any numbers that you have, because if you can put in the work and show up every single day or every single time you post at a consistent rate, the more that you do it, the more people are going to recognize you. And like I said, you're going to give them something that they want to come back to. I had a comment that kind of made me cry a little bit, but she was just like, you are such an underrated creator, right? And in my head, I'm like, I'm not underrated. I'm just where I need to be. And at this particular time, I'm growing, and that's okay. Because when I do get to the point to where I'm doing this full time, I can have the whole journey and the story. And there is so much stuff that people can look back on for my content. But it takes me putting forth the effort. And it also takes me saying, okay, even if this video didn't do good, I know the next one will. If that video doesn't do good, then the next one will. And I can work on it. I can change the titles around. I can play around with the thumbnails and the description. I can change and add hashtags. Your numbers will come. And I know I can say that. I've been doing this for 7 years. Your numbers will come. And when they do, if you follow the right steps, if you follow the right tools, if you are being consistent, you are putting out high quality content, you are showing up for your audience, engaging with your people. You don't want to build fans, you want to build a family, right? So you don't want to have people that are just commenting and you're not responding and you don't care about them. You want people that can look back over your content and be like, I've been following you for years and I'm so happy to see how much you've grown. And you want to be the person that's like, I remember your very first comment. Thank you so much. Because that, more than anything, is what's going to have you grow as a creator. And the reason that I made this video is, for one, like I said, your girl dropped the ebook. So yeah, my book's on sale. So of course I'm gonna promote myself. Baby, if you're not promoting yourself, then what are you doing? You have to go harder for yourself than anybody on this planet, okay? Because if you're not going hard for you, why would anybody else? They see you half doing it and then they like, well, she ain't really about it for real, so why should I support her? Go hard for yourself because it's gonna show up. And like I said, I've been doing this for years. I've had a lot of no's, right? I literally recently, transparency moment, I had applied to work with one of my favorite brands back in June of last year, right? And I got denied and I was hurt and I cried. I did. Y'all know I'm a crier. But I cried and I was so upset because I knew I had been consistent. I had been growing my numbers. I just knew that it was my time then, but it wasn't yet. And so that door was closed. But I kept working and I kept posting. And when it came back around, I applied again. And now I am one of their ambassadors. So, like I said, it's just about being there, being consistent, showing up for yourself more than anything else. Showing up for you is what's going to matter because you have an audience. They may not talk a lot. They may not pay attention as much as you feel like they should, but I guarantee you every single time that you post, there's at least one person that is watching everything that you do. Everything. Whether that be a hater or whether that be a fan, they're watching you. So give them something to see. But yeah, I wanted to come on here because I feel like a lot of times as content creators, we don't get the proper motivation, especially when you see someone that is way far ahead of you, right? I used to look at some of the greats that have like millions of followers and I'm like, I want to be like them. But then it used to make me feel inadequate because I'm like, dang, you know, look where they are. But then I had to realize like my time is going to come. So I started paying attention to what I wanted, and I didn't view my journey based off of what I saw out of somebody else's. I viewed it based on exactly what I wanted out of it. Like I know for a fact, I want to be a full-time content creator. I want this to be my career and I want this journey to be able to pay for the lifestyle that I desire, right? So I wrote out the lifestyle that I desired and then that's what I started working towards. And I showed up every day for that goal. And recently it has been showing up for me. I've gotten brand deals that I've never thought possible. Being able to partner with Shea Moisture, Camille Rose, Target, Ralph Lauren, like Estee Lauder, all of these brands. And I was just like, I never thought that I would get to this point so quickly. But that is what happens when you give it your all and do what you have to do for yourself. So this is just a how I got there video, but it's more so a thank you to the people who have stuck by me and supported me. But also this is a motivational, see me as your big sister, even if I'm younger than you, letting you know that if this is what you want, you got to wake up every day like you already have it and you need to go for it because you don't know what could happen in your life. Like from November of last year up until around the end of March, maybe mid to end of March, I feel like God put me and my husband in a position to where we were consistently tested. And it was so much stuff that we were going through at the time that I almost hit my breaking point and I almost gave up. And I just wanted to say, I don't want to do this anymore. I quit. I don't care. But I had to realize he was putting us in a place for us to grow stronger and for a specific lesson that needed to be learned. But through it all, I said, you know what? There is nothing that I can't handle. And I continue to push myself. And that is how I got where I am right now. And this is not the end of my story. This is the beginning. We're just getting started, for real. But because I chose to believe in me, I am now able to see what I want out of my life. And I think the interesting thing is, like, I wrote down a list of things that I wanted. And y'all, I was real delulu. Okay? But I wrote down things that I felt like I wanted in my life that I didn't know was possible. And the eye-opening realization came when I read back over that list, and I was able to cross 2 things out that I never thought I would get to at this point. I thought it would take a lot longer. So now that lets me know, oh, with the proper planning, bulk in my content, being consistent, and showing up as myself every day, this is closer than I think. And you never know how close it is, but you will never find out if you give up. But that's it, and that's all. I love y'all. I really love y'all because y'all are the reason that I'm at this point. And I'm so excited because I have so many big things planned for giveaways, just to say thank you to y'all. So just stay tuned because there's a lot of content coming, but there's a lot more coming, and it couldn't have been possible without my niecey gang. So I love y'all. And if you have any questions or if you have anything you want me to expand on, then definitely let me know. And go get my book because it's on sale right now. And I don't say it just to say, like, yeah, go get my book so y'all can run up my money. No, I really want to be able to give y'all this opportunity so y'all can have it all at your fingertips, right? I think the thing is, if you follow me, you know, is follow me on Facebook, baby. I'm always dropping content tips and tools. And this is literally just a 101 full guideline, 23 chapters of content for y'all. I love you. Mwah. Thank you.
Yeah.